In this video, the Junior YBA will be talking about the 5 W's and how parts of voting. Although we can't vote yet, your vote will impact our future.
Now, why should you vote? Well, the United States is a democracy, which relies on people to vote for their leader. By voting, you have a say on who should be the leader of one of the largest current global superpowers. If you don't vote, you're forfeiting your say on who should lead and make decisions for you and your country. Being able to vote is a privilege, so make sure you exercise your right to vote for who you want to lead the country for the next 4 years.
For this election, the voters will determine who takes power. On the federal level, we are voting for the president and representatives in Congress. California will also decide on state propositions, state senators, and state assembly members. San Francisco residents will vote on the Board of Education, Community College Board, and city and county propositions. You will also vote on your district supervisor. Your vote will also influence several issues such as business and property taxes, infrastructure, and public education. You can find more information on the candidates and propositions online, but make sure to check your sources.
You can vote in U.S. elections if you are a U.S. citizen, are above or turn the age of 18 on voting day, meet your state's residency requirements, you can be homeless and still meet these requirements, and are registered to vote by the state's voter registration deadline. You cannot vote in U.S. elections if you are not a U.S. citizen, and that includes permanent legal residents, have felony convictions, the rules vary depending on the state you live in, are below the age of 18 on voting day, are mentally incapacitated. Rules also vary depending on the state you live in and is a very limited circumstance, don't meet your state's residency requirements, and are not registered to vote by the state's voters registration deadline.
There are 3 ways you can vote: by mail-in, drop-off, or in person. If you're planning on voting by mail, you don't have to do anything extra. The SF Department of Elections mailed ballots to all registered voters in October. Please make sure to keep your address up to date so you receive your ballot at the right place. When filling out your ballot, please make sure to follow the instructions carefully. Also, it is crucial that you sign the envelope, otherwise your vote will not be counted. Return your ballot by mail as early as possible. Make sure it is postmarked on or before November 3rd. If you're planning to drop off your ballot, it's the same process as the mail-in ballot, except instead of mailing, you drop it off at a polling site. Find an SF drop-off station, local polling station, and waiting times at sfelections.org or call 415-554-4375.
If you plan to return your ballot on Election Day, November 3rd, bring it to any ballot drop-off station or any one of the city's polling places between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. There is a sample ballot in your voter information pamphlet that you can use to make voting in person quicker and easier. You can also find a sample ballot on the SF Elections website. If you need a bilingual ballot, check to make sure your polling site has the language that you need. Also, make sure to wear a face mask when at an in-person polling site. You can track your ballot and receive automatic notifications on your ballot status via email, text, or call by going to the website on the screen. For San Francisco residents, this link, or call this number. For all California residents, this link.
Hopefully, you've learned something new out of this. Thanks for listening.